Well, as the Bubble's obsession continues with the so-called sleaze story, you'll notice, of course, this is all happening just before a big set of elections. Remarkable that, isn't it? Sir James Dyson has spoken out in a piece for The Telegraph that the BBC twisted the truth over my links to the Tories, writing for The Telegraph saying that it is untrue that he was a major donor and that he tried to extract favours from Boris Johnson. I think this is really important because this is pretty damning stuff. Dyson makes clear that Dyson employees were working around the clock to develop a new ventilator, and that mercifully they were not needed. They voluntarily forewent the chance to reclaim 20 million quid in costs from the government, never claimed any COVID support, including furlough, for any of their businesses from any government anywhere, and yet it has been argued that the PM's direct dealings were some kind of preferment. Specifically, Dyson hits out at the BBC's characterisation of him as a prominent Conservative donor or supporter, leveraging a position of power to extract favours from the PM, which he said is completely untrue, saying that he's only met Boris Johnson 3 times, always with officials, and the last time was in 2016, and he's not attended any Conservative social events. Said when the BBC contacted him, he answered all the questions. He was not asked if he was a Conservative donor. However, the BBC claimed he was a prominent Conservative supporter. Dyson calls this a staggering claim, and that the BBC made a grotesque mischaracterisation to justify their sleaze story, which would otherwise simply not have stood up. And Dyson also in this piece highlights how you only have to look at the UK's vaccine programme to understand the value of independent action, of course, outside of the European Union. This is really interesting because what you're seeing at the moment is this continued obsession, as I said, with this so-called sleaze story that's all coming out before the elections, with Boris Johnson, of course, miles ahead of Keir Starmer in the polls, with the Conservative Party still with, at last count, a 10-point poll lead over Labour. And the BBC themselves even saying now, on their website, in our coverage of texts he had sent to the Prime Minister, we referred in various outlets to Sir James Dyson as a prominent Conservative supporter, or said he backed the Conservatives. Sir James says this is factually incorrect. We are happy to set the record straight. But with trust in the media falling through the floor and the majority of Brits wanting the BBC licence fee to be scrapped, increasingly, it's not hard to see why, is it? As ever guys, if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And of course, thanks for watching.